Hello everyone, it's Nen from Insightful Vibrations. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Thank you for watching the videos and for sharing them. I also appreciate all of those likes because they help me understand which videos were useful to you, and that will help improve the content and delivery of the videos as time goes on. I also would like to ask you to watch all the videos for your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. And the rising sign is also called the ascendant. This will help you gain a more comprehensive picture of the energies of this week. As usual, we start off with an astrological overview for all signs, and I've drawn some beautiful cards from the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha. And these are beautiful cards that really resonate with me, but I hope they resonate with you as you look at this video. And remember, at the end of this astrological overview, the zodiac sign that is mentioned on the title of the video will continue, and the forecast will be for that particular zodiac sign. So watch all three for a better idea of what's going on. And because I'm recording this on July 10th, which would have been Nikola Tesla's birthday, were he to continue to be alive, at least in this 3D format, I thought I would include a picture of Nikola Tesla. And this particular picture is Tesla Electric. It's a promotional postcard that I had from a playwright, David Gustav Fraser. And Mr. Fraser is a playwright and a brilliant screenwriter as well. And this play was absolutely phenomenal when I watched it. So Nikola Tesla, we thank you for everything that you've done. And David Gustav Fraser, we thank you for having the insight and brilliance to depict this brilliant scientist, visionary, and mystic in the way that he should have been. So let's continue on with the astrological overview. I have drawn 3 cards here, and then the 4th card on the bottom is the 9 of Crystals. That is the sort of atmosphere for the whole week. And the other 3 cards are Master of Flames, Seeker of Chalices, and Seeker of Crystals. What these cards are basically saying is that we need to be looking for solutions inside of ourselves and to master ourselves, our own intuition. You know, with the Master of Flames, this speaks to authority figures, and it, you know, depicts some clouds in the back as well as some sunshine. And so the idea is that, the authority that you can become can be used for good or not good. And you are being, given that choice as you go through life and you gain your own power and control. Be sure to always use it for good, especially as you'll see, we are in a very karmic period. So things are playing themselves out in a very, very interesting way. Now, the Seeker of Chalices is basically talking about seeking to develop your intuition. It's basically saying, throw caution to the wind, trust the messages you're getting, go and meditate and really feel what you're getting as being real, because that's the only way you'll develop your intuition, is that you take the time to be still, to meditate, and also to trust the messages that you're getting. With the Seeker of Crystals, I find that this is more of an earthy message, and it's basically saying seek the things that can be put into practical use this week. Use your intuition to that end as well, because the 9 of Crystals that characterizes the week for all of us talks about really having an abundance of everything we need, whether it's love or money. It's there for us. But again, the owl is watching from above, and the owl is all about wisdom, intuition, and, that watching of above of what this person depicted in the card is going to do with her huge bounty of crystals is very important. It's like Saturn watching all of us as well, saying, well, what are you going to do with all that now that you've gotten it? Or what do you want to do with it if you get it? And so, we're really asked to watch ourselves on every moral and ethical level this week. Now, astrologically, the retrograde planets mimic exactly that, because there's a lot of karmic interplay when we have a lot of retrograde planets. And right now we have Saturn retrograde in Sagittarius. It's run right through the galactic center, which is the very core of our Milky Way galaxy. And that's going to last until the 4th week of August, when Saturn turns direct. And then Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn until the 3rd week of September. Neptune is also retrograde from last June until the 3rd week of November. So we have a lot of chances to go over old ground, things that we haven't mastered that's ruled by these planets and also the signs they're in. Basically, we have the second chance now to go over old ground, to fix what's not working, to gain insight into things that we haven't understood before. And especially with Neptune being retrograde, our psychic powers and intuition, the power of our dreams and the messages we can receive from our intuitive selves is very powerful. And Saturn, of course, expects morality and ethical behavior from all of us. So keep that in mind as well as it travels through fiery Sagittarius. Pluto in Capricorn is really about shaking up the foundations of things that aren't working, restructuring. So very much this whole week is a theme of transformation, restructuring. And on a world stage, unfortunately, this could even lead to uprisings and things, because we really have Pluto and Capricorn trying to fix what's not working. We still have some nasty energy from Algol, a fixed star at 26 degrees Capricorn right now. And at the start of this week, it's aligned with the fixed star Sedna, which rules oceans. Unfortunately, this may portend some violent events, drownings and other tragedies associated with oceans or other bodies of water. So we'll see how this plays itself out this week. But I always feel that if you have the caution, you can prevent the tragedy. So please be careful, and caution your children, if you have any, to be careful when they're in water, around water, near water. Or if there's any storms being announced, please try to seek an escape well before the event. There's also a lot of fire energy this week, notwithstanding the placement of many planets in water signs, especially sensitive Cancer. And when fire energy is strong, it often entails action and initiative, but can just as easily forebode accidents and conflicts. Also, sometimes even wars. So this is a real, week where we need to really seek balance. And there's also a lot of cardinal energy. Your cardinal signs are the first of every season. So Aries, Libra, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Those are the doer signs, the initiators, and we have a lot of that energy. So we're not in the dog days of summer yet, my friends. There's a lot to do, and many will feel motivated to take initiative. And if you do, I feel that there will be a karmic payback for good work. And for many of those of you who are on vacation and feel this inclination that you can't sit still, it's going to make a little bit of difficulty for relaxing, but you can pull it off with, steering your intentions in the right way. So we start off the week on July 11th with a lot of interesting aspects. Pluto is opposing the Sun, which creates an intense reaction to change, but also produces a breakthrough effect. Again, a lot of this has to do with relationships. Pluto's also squaring Jupiter, which is a very serious, intense angle. And this dredges up a lot of dysfunction, but also a sense of optimism as to how to deal with it all. And when Jupiter is squaring the Sun, we tend to have ego wars. We tend to have a lot of people asserting themselves and, trying to be the boss or be the authority figure. And we're given that with the Master of Flames card as well, where we're saying, yes, you can be the authority figure, but how are you going to use that energy? Look within to use that energy, and don't abuse your powers. Mars is also squaring Uranus, which leads to initiative that can lead to invention, because Uranus is that very unconventional planetary energy that can lead to inventions. But with Mars squaring Uranus, giving that tense angle, we also may see accident proneness. So be careful out there, whatever you're doing. We also have Uranus aligned with the star set Great Andromeda Nebula, and it travels 2 degrees worth through Aries from 27 to 28 degrees. This is not the best thing. It could mean extraterrestrial visitation in some cases. It could mean violence. It could mean all kinds of attacks. It could mean famine. And also, transportation disasters have been known to happen under these sort of influences. We also have Mercury sextile Jupiter, which is great for learning new skills, solving difficult problems, generating new ideas, and negotiating new contracts or agreements. So, way to go if you have any court matters that need to be settled, or if you have business deals that need to be struck. This is a good week for that, starting on July 11th. Pretty much the energies will be there most of the week, but they're strongest at the beginning of the week. Then we also have, adding to that, great communication potential, Castor, a star that's also a twin, so we have Castor and Pollux in the Gemini constellation. And Castor is now at 20 degrees Cancer, aligning with the Sun. And this creates a brilliant energy for expressing yourself, for writing, for creating, even writing agreements, even writing novels. It doesn't matter what you do, but write, create, communicate. That's the real strength this week with this aspect. And Venus is in Gemini, which also makes communication well starred, especially in matters of love and money. But you also may see with this restlessness, playfulness, and again, we're being cautioned by Saturn, like, do the right thing, make sure you get your job done, before you go out and play. So again, we have the choice of how we're going to use that energy. If you're on vacation, that's fantastic. If you're not, buckle down and get some work done. You've got lots of that fire energy there to support you. Then on July 12th, we have Mercury sextiling Jupiter, and this is also great for learning new skills, solving difficult problems. And, Shiat is there favoring intellectual work, and this is a star that's at 10 degrees Pisces. And what this means to me as well is, when Shiat is in Pisces, is that we have to use our intuition and apply that to our intellectual work. So it's not just about being practical in 3D. It's also about what can I glean from my inner self or from higher sources, from other dimensions, etc., to apply to this third dimension. So it takes you a step further. And Arcturus is at 10 degrees Leo, and it's daring you to try a new approach. It's asking you to be bold and audacious, but in a nice way. Then when we come to the 14th of July, we have Mercury sextiling Jupiter again, so we're in good stead there. And we also have Cupido, which is a wonderful energy aligned with the galactic center and on its way out of there as well. But it's aligning with Aquarius at 25 degrees and 58 minutes Sagittarius, so it's almost coming out of the galactic center. And this means that there may be some difficulties, some conflict, some attacks of some kind, whether it's ego wars or actual wars. But what it means is that there will be success. So I think the good will prevail. In other words, the person that's right in the dispute or conflict will prevail. And this Aquarius star is the twin scorpionic star, and the other one is called Acumen, and it's not such a good star. But basically, I think with this, bunch of energies acting together, we can also see partnerships, cooperation, respect, and harmony, possibly even on a world stage, the signing of important pacts, peace agreements, etc. It's fantastic energy for finding a reconciliation and true soul love in relationships. So that's also good. And then we have July 16th, the end of the week, Sunday. We have some interesting aspects there. But it's a tense day, I'll tell you, because there's a lot of fiery energy and a lot of emotional energy as well. So we have the sun squaring the moon, so you may find that people are a little bit off kilter with their emotions, that there's this sort of dichotomy, male against female energies. So, asserting yourself versus not asserting yourself will definitely be a theme to be played out. Mars also squares the moon, and that can lead to intolerance, insisting on, your way or the highway kind of thing. It also talks about lessening your self-control and in making sure you gauge your quick temper if you have one. So really, a lot of tension there. Then we have the Sun conjunction Mars. We have a lot of impulsiveness, boundless energy, and adventurous spirit there. And then finally, the Sun square Uranus with a lot of impulsiveness again and obstinacy. So my advice here is to try a unique approach to self-development this week, given the astrology and the cards that we've drawn from this beautiful deck. And I feel that if we really all just try to be a little circumspect this week and really take the high road on things, that the week is going to be absolutely fabulous. So here's the zodiac sign forecast for your sign. Thank you for watching. Hello, Sagittarius, Sun sign, Moon sign, Rising sign, folks. It's your forecast for July 11th to 16th, 2017. We have the Great Lenormand deck this week, and the first upper left card is the Ace of Spades, which characterizes the main atmosphere or issues of the week. And the bottom three cards are the cards that will tell us how these energies manifest in a practical way. So when we have the Ace of Spades as our week, we have to deal with a lot of emotion. We may have to deal with, somebody questioning someone's behavior, whether it's your behavior being questioned or you're questioning someone else's behavior, or there's some kind of misconduct, perhaps with a child. Or there's a love affair happening. There's something going on that's going to be causing consternation. I'm sorry to tell you that. Now, for those of you who have none of such intrigue this week, it could be that you're just emotional for other reasons. So let's see what those reasons might be. They might be reasons having to do with government, insurance, legal matters, those kinds of things. And they also may be having to do with work. So some of you will have work stresses. And then we have the Seven of Spades, and that often talks about obstacles to success. But those obstacles are within. Those obstacles are your own attitude, your own conditioning, and how you have your own self-dialogue. You have to be positive. You have to feel outcome before you can manifest the outcome. So if you can think about discarding all those negative things, all those negative possibilities out of your life, you'll be far better in managing the outcome of your next wish or goal. And this Seven of Spades isn't a bad card because it often talks about marriage proposals. So this is quite sweet for those of you who are going to move the relationship one step forward. It could be moving in together. It could be getting engaged, and it could even be marriage. It's all wonderful. Then we also have, with that card, some people getting together for a festive occasion, maybe even just a nice get-together somewhere at the cottage or something relaxing. I do feel, though, that there's a rift between some of the people involved, and so it may be very difficult to maintain communication. Do try, though, and keep lines of communication open with everyone involved. I do feel sometimes this Three of Spades talks about breaks in relationships altogether. So if something isn't working, remember Pluto is retrograde and it is affecting relationships that just are not functioning properly. And I feel that there's a real strong relationship focus here. But for some of you, this may manifest itself as a need for a health checkup. So if you've been feeling a little bit off, imbalanced, or otherwise not well, definitely take this week to go and have a health checkup because it's calling at you. And then we have the Ace of Clubs. This is a card of success, wealth, prosperity, and unexpected gains, but that also comes with a warning that there is a jealous, competitive, envious person around you, and you need to make sure that you keep your cards close to your chest when it comes to anything that you're generating as a creative project or as a venture that you'd like to succeed in. So definitely, Sagittarians, communication lines must be open. You must be able to be aware of who your enemies are, and you definitely need to heed, and go to the doctor for a checkup if you're not feeling well. So those are the warnings. The good thing is that whatever effort you put in this week, you can generate. You can generate new friendships, new love relationships, and new jobs. So you can do it. Just keep your attitude and your thoughts positive. Take care.